this movie, anyway, broke up then for about 2 years, and Willie went off and made a movie called Honeysuckle Rose that was written by Bill Whitlock. And he came, then we came, by this time we came back and I got the movie put together again. And this time, the producer was Sidney Pollack. And Whalen's part had been taken by Chris Christopherson, and we'd set up pre-production headquarters at the Ramada Inn again. And I had gone to Florida to play in a golf tournament, and I was down there, and I got a phone call on a Sunday night from Sidney Pollack, who said, "You've got to come home," because he said a lot of things are going wrong here, and he said Rick Torn has locked himself in his room and he won't come out because he said that people are trying to ruin his dialogue that you'd written for him, and people are changing the lines. By people, he meant the director. And Sidney said, "You got to come back." He said, "There's all sorts of things going wrong." So I got in the car that night from Florida and drove straight back, and I got back to Austin, and I went into the motel, and just as I got into the motel, they said, "Well, you've arrived here just in time for the director has just been fired." I decided I was going to go down and defend this director, and I went back to the motel. As I walked in the door, Sidney Pollack met me, and he said, "Come in and sit down in the coffee shop and let's talk." He said, "I want to show you something before you say a word." And I said, "Okay." So Sidney opened, we sat down and ordered coffee, and Sidney opened this envelope. He pulled out these photographs, and it looked like, they showed me the photographs, it looked like the photographs of Hee-Haw, the Hee-Haw company. There were all these actors with red bandanas around their necks and wearing overalls and straw hats with straws sticking out of their mouth. And I studied them closer. One of them was Willie, and one of them was Chris Christopherson, and the next one was Rip Torn. And I said, "What is this shit?" And Sidney said, "This is when I fired him." And I said, "Good." And so we were suspended then for about a week, and he brought in Alan Rudolph to make the movie. And this is the movie we came out with, and you'll see some of this kind of background is in the script. And so thank you for coming tonight. Let's see what happens.